Recently, I went through a very public breakup, and it served as a wake-up call. It made me realize that I could do this on my own, and I'd be okay, without worrying about what others have to say. The relationship had been unstable for quite some time, and I truly believe that no one else can break you except yourself. Now, the drama between Taraji and Nia Long has escalated from subtle shade to full-blown chaos. These two have had tension for a while, especially since they worked together on Empire. Nia has been reportedly making passive-aggressive remarks toward Taraji for a while, but it seems like Taraji just gave Nia a reason to be upset, as rumors are circulating that Taraji may be involved with Udoka, the same man who recently had Nia making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Knowing how Nia responds to situations like this, she's clearly not handling the news of Taraji and Udoka's possible connection very well. But how did Taraji and Udoka even end up together? And is Taraji truly the villain in this situation? Let's dive into it and break it down. For those who haven't been following closely, Nia Long and Taraji's relationship has been tense ever since Nia appeared on Empire in Season 3 as Juliana, Lucius's ex. At first, fans were excited to see these two talented black actresses sharing the screen together. There was even buzz that Nia might join the main cast, alongside Taraji and Terrence Howard, which got a lot of viewers excited. But then things started to take a turn. Fans quickly noticed something was off between the two women. And we all know how nosy the internet can get when it suspects there's tension between celebrities. Fans started digging, and sure enough, they uncovered the juicy details they'd been looking for.
They all started over a joke.
Nia reportedly showed up to set late, and one of the male actors said to her,
"Why are you always on black people's time?" Which, amongst the black peoples, is not that big of a deal.
And Nia went off on the dude, which made Taraji jump in and say to her,
"Why are you so mad? Are you on your period?"
Rumors began circulating, claiming that Nia Long was being distant, arrogant, and hard to work with. Reports suggested that she made things challenging for everyone, from her hair and makeup to her styling, until she got exactly what she wanted. While this may seem like typical Hollywood diva behavior, the stories kept piling up.
We open doors for brown girls to be exactly who we are, and that's beautifully complicated. And so it's been a blessing and a curse, because here's what I do know. Nia Long knows her light. Nia Long knows her makeup. Nia Long knows her hair. And you probably can't talk me into something else unless you show me. If you want to call that difficult, then sorry.
As things began to unfold, it became clear just how competitive Nia Long could be with other black actresses. Around this time, it was revealed that Nia wouldn't be returning to Empire for Season 4. Rumors started circulating that during her brief time on the show, Nia had tried to take Taraji's place as the star. She reportedly proposed ideas to expand her role in various ways, even attempting to rival Taraji's character, Cookie, as the lead female. However, production quickly rejected these ideas, knowing that introducing such tension behind the scenes would create unnecessary drama. Additionally, Cookie had already become an established and beloved character, and the producers felt it wasn't worth jeopardizing the show's success for a risky change. When Taraji learned about Nia's intentions, she wasn't pleased at all. The two had already clashed over Nia's behavior toward the crew, and it got to the point where they had to shoot their scenes separately. Hearing that Nia was trying to take her spot reportedly frustrated and surprised Taraji. Things took an even more dramatic turn when Nia left Empire for good, and the two actresses had not been seen together publicly since. However, the situation became more complicated when Taraji was rumored to have started a relationship with Udoka, Nia's ex-fiancé and the father of her child. Nia and Udoka had been together since 2010, had a son together, and had been engaged since 2015. Their relationship would have likely continued if not for Udoka being publicly exposed in 2022 for having affairs with two married staff members while he was coaching the Boston Celtics.
Nia Long, if she was with him for 13 years, right, and they still hadn't gotten married, but they were engaged, there was probably some underlying issues there. Maybe this was the straw that broke the camel's back. And when you are a celebrity like that, being publicly humiliated, I think the stakes are a little bit higher. Just like she can't embarrass him publicly, he can't embarrass her. And when one of them breaks that promise, it is devastating.
The drama between Nia and Taraji was reaching new heights. But let's be real, this was more than just about a love triangle. This was about power, betrayal, and pride. Taraji was never the type to back down, especially when she felt like she was being unfairly attacked. And from her point of view, she wasn't stepping on anyone's toes. Nia had already made her move to play the game, but this time, Taraji wasn't about to let her have all the control. She had a strong stance, and she wasn't afraid to fight for what she believed was hers. Taraji, known for being a confident, powerful woman in the industry, saw this whole situation as a game of survival. For her, it was simple. If Nia wasn't going to respect her boundaries and treat her with the same level of decency, then why should she walk on eggshells for someone who clearly didn't care? Nia's hurt feelings were understandable, but that didn't mean she was going to stop living her life. She had every right to be happy, and if that meant moving on with someone like Ime Udoka, well then that was her choice. But it wasn't just about Nia and Taraji anymore. This situation had snowballed into something much bigger, and the fans were starting to notice. Social media had become a battleground where fans were either choosing sides or just tuning in to watch the chaos unfold. The internet doesn't hold back, and neither did the fans. They were posting, commenting, sharing memes, dissecting every move, and trying to make sense of a situation that seemed to spiral out of control. And to be honest, it was becoming a spectacle no one could look away from. Meanwhile, Nia wasn't letting it slide either. Behind the scenes, the anger and frustration were building. Insiders claimed that Nia still had feelings for Ime Udoka, and seeing him with someone else, especially someone like Taraji, felt like a punch in the gut. And while Nia was trying to keep it together publicly, her actions were starting to speak louder than her words. The fact that she couldn't control her emotions anymore was clear to everyone who was watching. But Taraji, on the other hand, had already moved on. She wasn't going to let the drama from the past hold her back. She was moving forward, focusing on her career, her family, and what made her happy. She made it clear that she wasn't about to let Nia, or anyone else, dictate how she lived her life. "You don't get to control my narrative," she said, defiantly standing by her choices. "I am who I am, and I'm not going to apologize for it." As the drama unfolded, both Nia and Taraji began to reveal their true feelings. Nia, who had once been so strong in her stance against the betrayal, now found herself questioning everything. Her pride had been bruised, and the relationship she had with Ime Udoka, which she thought was strong, was now shattered in front of the world. She could no longer pretend that it didn't affect her. Her anger was palpable. She had spent years building this relationship, and now it was slipping through her fingers, first with the public humiliation, and now with Taraji in the picture. Nia's hurt and betrayal were obvious. She didn't even try to hide the bitterness as she spoke about Taraji. And for Taraji, it was all about self-preservation. She wasn't going to play second fiddle to anyone, certainly not Nia Long, no matter how much history they shared. In the public eye, the situation was only escalating. Fans were no longer just speculating, they were in full-on debate mode. Did Taraji go too far? Some fans asked. Is Nia being petty? Others argued. The debate raged on, but one thing was clear, everyone was watching. The reactions were pouring in from all corners of social media. Some fans were defending Taraji, saying she had every right to be with someone who made her happy, while others felt like she had overstepped. But it's not about the man, it's about the disrespect, some argued. The public's attention was firmly fixed on these two women and the power struggle that was unfolding in real time. But let's talk about what Nia really wanted. Was she upset that Taraji was dating Ime Udoka, or was it deeper than that? According to some, Nia was hurt not just by the relationship but by the betrayal she felt from Taraji. It wasn't just about a man, it was about the feeling of being replaced, of seeing someone she thought she could trust move in on her family. It hurt more than she was willing to admit. And the longer Taraji stayed silent, the more the tension between them seemed to grow. Nia wasn't going to let go of her anger easily, but the question was, would she ever forgive Ime Udoka for moving on so publicly with Taraji? For Taraji, it was simple. She had always been a fighter. She was someone who didn't let anyone tell her who she could be, and she wasn't about to let Nia Long, or anyone else, control her narrative. If Nia didn't care about pushing her aside on Empire, why should Taraji care about what Nia thought now? She had moved on and was living her best life. If you don't care about what I did in the past, then why should I care about what you think of my future? Taraji said in one interview. It was clear that she wasn't interested in playing games with Nia. She was moving forward, with or without her approval. Now, it's your turn to weigh in. What do you think? Did Taraji cross the line by dating Ime Udoka? Or is Nia just being petty? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because this is a conversation that isn't going to die down anytime soon. And trust me, the next video is going to dive even deeper into this drama. We're just getting started. Stay tuned, Batties, I'll see you there.